So okay, so I'm awesome. I'm a jerk. Okay, so let's go ahead.
Sheep.
Let's take a real quick side track and just talk about Transformers Prime because we kind of have to because it's like the new thing. So as far as the
okay, but don't spoil it for us.
Yeah,
what is this again? No.
It's Transformers Prime, which is the new Transformers series on the Hub. Pretty sweet. So
has everybody seen it?
No.
Not everybody.
I have. Have you? Did you like see it via some means, Lady Rec?
I did. I went on to YouTube and then I downloaded the torrent.
Without getting too spoilery,
Yes.
what do we think?
I like it. My kids like it. I had after I watched it. I sat them down to watch it. They want to watch it again. We've watched it like 3 times already.
I watched it twice, and I have to say, on the second viewing, I liked it a lot better, and I liked it to begin with.
It's enjoyable.
It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's entertaining. It keeps you engaged.
Entertained?
Yeah,
You know.
it keeps you. You follow
on
it.
the toes.
It's not perfect. I mean, it's almost
No.
like it's a children's show or something.
Yeah, I know. Imagine that.
It's as if they're trying to sell you something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is trying to be cool. Like there's like some vibe of it, like trying to be not a kid's show in some way.
Yeah, but that seems to be already kind of diminishing for the look how serious we are, guys, to just enjoy the show.
I mean, it features without. Okay, I'm going to spoil this because you must be spoiled. It features the best thing in Transformers history: Zombie Cliff Jumper.
Oh yeah.
I seriously love Zombie Cliff Jumper.
They did take it was really kind of weird that the way it turned to Zombie Cliff Jumper. It was it kind of just threw him away. And now it makes sense why they got Dwayne Johnson to be.
Yeah, exactly. TF Geek for Life in the chat says that it's kind of like it feels like a darker version of Beast Wars, and it really does. And it's not just because it's CG. Maybe it's a little because it's CG, but it's not just
machines.
Yeah, not just because.
I guess.
John,
Barricade says it's like Beast Machines.
Looking over like the fandom and such. What's the general consensus of people who've watched it?
I think it's pretty positive. I think our opinions are pretty indicative of the opinions at large, which is kind of surprising given that
we're a whiny fan.
We're whiny, and it's tied pretty closely to the movie. I mean, that's kind of like its cousin, its first cousin.
Yeah, in War for Cybertron.
Kind of interesting. People have just kind of received this warmly. It's just surprising that it's tied so closely to the movie, and people haven't let that affect their opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it makes me like the movie just a little bit better.
Yeah,
are you saying it's tied close to the movie because of the
thematically
executive producers, or
it's
creatively, thematically, even visually? It's it's clearly a descendant of the movie.
Yeah,
politically.
They're literally like, okay, kids, all those 6,000 bumblebees on the shelf? Here he is.
Yep.
There's no Prime toys, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, JD.
Well, except for that bulkhead. I want that.
The bulkhead is nice. I would love a version of that. I really like the design. Even though Chris Triplett from Fanboy Versus, he doesn't like the bulkhead character at all.
Really?
Yeah.
wait, is this new one?
Yeah.
He says he's basically movie Ironhide, but in a different body.
Yeah, kind of. Well, it's kind of like a mashup between that and animated bulkhead. I think at times he has that sort of bulkhead demeanor from animated as far as maybe the intelligence level, but more attitude-wise, yeah.
Traffic.
Well, without being too spoilery, because we're not allowed to be right now, we
can be spoilery next week.
Okay, because it seems to be easing in, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's still finding itself, clearly. Like, the writing and the even the tone of it. It's kind of, it kind of skips around. It's not really consistent. But, I mean, I'll give it, after seeing 3 eps, personally, I've seen 3 episodes, I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt, because it is improving, with each episode, almost with each scene, it seems to be getting
He's got a little more.
What you'd expect that.
More thing in him.
It's new.
Yeah, I mean, it's brand new.
Yeah.
So,
it's almost hard to judge it with only 3 episodes.
That's true.
It is
My
3
first
out of
impression
5.
of animated was that I didn't like it, and I had to get like a couple of episodes into it where I finally.
I was always lukewarm toward animated when it first started, and I was downright hostile toward Beast Wars. So.
Yeah, but you kind of suck.
Yeah, I know. JD, what are your complaints? You're not the biggest fan of this show.
Well, I mean,
the lack of Bumblebee's voice, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, there's little things like that where I think it's trying too hard to be movie universe.
Yeah.
And that's kind of annoying.
My kid said that. My kid said, "What happened to Bumblebee's voice?"
I want to stay with the boy.
There's a couple of things where I think they're trying to be crafty, and it just doesn't end up being crafty to me. Like that, like doing the Bumblebee voice, like Soundwave only, playing back other recordings instead of having his own voice.
Sure things on actors, though.
I mean, the voice cast is excellent. For the voice cast that's there, that's really good.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately the characterizations seem really flat. I mean, for being a 3D show, the characterizations are really flat to me. For the most part,
I haven't seen enough of the animation to make a.
I saved one character, which is Ratchet, but that's just because I love.
Jeffrey Combs is way. Jeffrey Combs is awesome. I'm going to keep referring to him as Way-Un though by mistake.
Yeah. No, but I love crotchety old characters, and so that I like. But that's really the only character with, I think, any kind of decent depth. All of the other characters are just caricatures of something rather than.
How many original characters do we have though? Not just in Transformers, but just in general. How often is a new character or archetype created?
Rarely. There's a difference between an archetype and something being like feeling like a
fleshed out
character, right? And I think you get that in like Beast Wars, like with Optimus. I think you get a feeling of age and depth, whereas Optimus in this series just seems generally.
I'm going to say something that's going to be controversial. When it boils, but it's true. When it boils down to it, Gary Chalk is a much better, much more defined actor and voice actor than Peter Cullen.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
Yeah. There's no way around it.
I'm in agreement.
Yeah, I think everybody gets excited about Peter Cullen because he's the original, but I think if you're
Gary
talking
Chalk's
about
way better.
the ability to make a character, Gary Chalk is better. So I'm not real impressed with most of the cast though. Okay, 2 characters. I'm sorry. I'll also give starting with 3 because I can't say much about it. I started to become more interested in Starscream, but.
I don't like Starscream.
I think I said I like Starscream before anyway.
It has nothing to do with characterization. I really hate Starscream's robot mode, but I love his vehicle mode.
Hello?
Rob's on the phone.
Nice.
Yeah. No, I would definitely agree with Jay.
What's up?
Episode 3 is a good Starscream episode, so that's not spoily. But if you like Starscream, you should probably like episode 3.
I will watch it as soon as we're done with New Soundwave. Then.
Now I'll have to watch it later, even much later. But yes. We'll talk about next week.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is one of the best Starscream stuff. It's the most interesting anyway. It's not the typical, where Starscream is either just completely in defiance of Megatron or that he's completely loyal to him. And there's a lot of gray area within this character, and I like that a lot. So. I don't know. I just think, and the kids are really annoying. Oh god.
Yeah.
The kids, they're annoying as hell. Especially the girl. The girl really bothers me.
She has attitude.
No, but that
Didn't
okay,
you know?
which is fine. Okay, whatever. But the thing is that she's got this accent that I can't figure it out.
My wife and I were trying to dissect that right before the show.
She's supposed to be Japanese.
She's supposed to be Japanese, but she sounds Latina almost. It's
I thought she sounded Russian, like Eastern European.
Is Asian.
Yeah, but it's still not even that. And that's what I mean. It's like, and even Amanda and I were listening. We're going, I have no idea what that's supposed to be. It sounds like nothing. Which is...
then maybe that's the fact. Maybe that's why they kept tried to hammer into your brain that she's a Japanese exchange student.
No, I think because the CG doesn't convey that very well.
Well, a lot of your understanding of what someone's voice is saying, and by extension how it sounds, is interpreting how their lips move. And if the CG doesn't sync, if the animation doesn't sync the lips, you have to rely a lot more on the actual auditory part and not the visual. So there may be something throwing you off there too.
That makes sense.
I don't think that. Me personally, I'm not really thrilled with her, but that I haven't seen enough of her really to say that I'm not quite sure what they're doing with her at this point.
I mean,
what you're saying is it's just kind of you're not
to
quite sure
spoil it.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm not going to spoil it, but I'll just say that she features more prominently into episode 3.
And I'm definitely looking forward to that. Let's go ahead and table this. Let's table this and come back next week, and we'll go into spoiler territory. By that point, you have no excuse. So
we'll die.
Yeah, by next.
If you're a real Transformers fan, you've already listened to it.
Well, if you're a real Transformers fan and you have no scruples, yeah, you've already. But if you're one of the goody goodies who won't,
I do have one thing.
You're not breaking any laws.
Not really, maybe. Weeben, what do you want to share?
Just one more final thing about the animation is that it goes for me. It teeters back and forth. Like it goes from wow, this animation's really cool to man, this animation's really terrible.
I don't think it looks any better than Beast Machines.
No, it doesn't. Beast Machines was 10 years ago.
Beast Machines.
Yeah.
Well,
Beast Machines had more ambiance.
The robots are
it
fine,
was set
but
on Cybertron, so
yeah,
it looks better. Inherently looks better.
Yeah.
The people look terrible.
No, yeah. So I mean, like when they show like RC or something like that, when she's transforming and fighting and stuff, she's really cool looking. But then when they were outside of that school and
it's
stuff,
really sparse. I mean, they're
like the back was awful. Like the it's just like the detail is just lacking in terms of CGI and everything. It's like they rushed certain. And maybe it's because they rushed certain parts of the that 5-part series or something. I'm not sure.
As the show progresses, hopefully they'll have more models to pull from, so we'll have more characters. So
that's very good potential.
Yeah,
that it'll get better.
I think
it gets better.
I think so. So like I said, let's go ahead and table this. Let's take a quick break, and we will be right back with our topic. Okay, I just wanted a chance to throw in crap.
That wasn't our topic?
No. That was our topic. That was a quick topic. I really like what XV brought up. Are the
double whammy topic?
Are the generations molds? Not the generations molds. The Universe 1.0 molds.
The classics mold.
Yeah.
Not Universe
1.0. I can call them whatever I want to. They were Universe.
You can call them whatever you want, but nobody's gonna know what you're talking about.
They came before Classics 2.0. I mean, Universe 2.0, so I can call them whatever I want to.
I thought